Dear friends, the Right to Information Act 2005 was an effective tool and a framework for effectuating the right of information recognized under Article 19 within bracket 1A of the Indian Constitution. Of course, with certain restrictions in the interest of sovereignty and the integrity of the country, security of the state, public order, decency and morality, and also contempt of courts act and defamation as restricted under Article 19 within bracket 2 of the Indian Constitution. With passing of times, the governments of India realized that the RTI Act was working against the interest of the government itself and policy makers in exposing themselves about their malpractices, corruption and arbitrariness, with citizens being the vigilance monitors of the government and their activities in check. In fact, the RTI Act was a transfer of power from the public servants to the citizens of this country, but this has changed in passing of times, either in the UPA government or in the NDA government. Both the governments are working against the interest of the citizens of this country in safeguarding the fundamental rights of citizens under the right to information, which has been duly guaranteed in the Indian Constitution and also in the RTI Act of 2005. The matter has been exposed by none other than the Shailesh Gandhi, a former Central Information Commissioner, who was exposed the deficiencies in the RTI Act because of the various amendments made by the governments and also by the high courts in various parts of the country in diluting the original RTI Act to dustbin. In the words of former Chief Information Commissioner, I quote, "The introduction of the Right to Information Act was a move that generated great hope among citizens since it recognized them to be the rulers of the nation. It empowered them to seek information from the government with dignity and respect. It looked as if the Swaraj that they had missed would be delivered to them. The Act codified their fundamental right to information was one of the best transparency laws in the world. It affirmed that it would curb corruption and arbitrariness, with the citizens being the vigilance monitors of the government, but it must be considered it has fallen far short of our expectation, and the state of our democracy is not better. What is to be done? The Right to Information Act 2005 empowers the citizens of this country to make themselves as the better citizens of this country by pinpointing the pitfalls or mismanagements of the government in corruption and many other malpractices that have taken in places in government machineries. But now the dilution had been made in the Act of 2005 to its not originality, but in the due course it has diluted many of the provisions that had been made in the original Act. Hence, the citizens of this country and in particular the media, which is the custodian of the democracy as a fourth pillar of the democracy, shall maintain in the RTI Act to its original Act to blossom in its flying colors. Thank you so much.